Josh, this is Penny. She is just shy of 6 months old. She looks like a chocolate lab. Is that what you thought she was?
Oh yeah, she looks like a chocolate lab.
She looks like a chocolate lab with angel wings. However, they did a DNA test and she is a super mutt. She's got like 20 different breeds in there. The most prominent is 25% Chow Chow. She's got the spotted tongue. The breed after that is Australian Cattle Dog, and then it just goes down the line. She's got everything. She's even got like 1% Golden Retriever. Everything. There's 20 different breeds in there. She was signed up either the day they brought her home or shortly thereafter. They just knew they wanted to get a good foundation of training. They were referred to us from another really great client with Kona and Kaiser's owners, the Brittany Spaniels. They're also sending the 8-year-old chocolate lab housemate. They signed Penny up first, and then they said, you know what, let's get the other dog on the same level. So both dogs can be off leash and be able to be enjoyed. Penny's had a lot of housebreaking issues, a lot of peeing inside the house, which has caused the older chocolate lab to regress with potty training. Some barking, especially when she's placed in the crate. At the drop-off, they both barked like crazy when they saw another dog. A lot of pulling, a lot of lunging, a lot of jumping. Definitely, constantly, always at the end of a tight leash. Very friendly, they say. They're home with them constantly all day. And so she's really just here to create a nice foundation of obedience and really just create a nice companion.
There you go.
There's the beep, so that's that. There's the verbal come.
Good girl.
We're gonna keep going until we get commitment. Oh, she's offering a sit.
I like that. That's a good girl.
Good, and now she's gonna learn
Good.
to stay until release. So if she gets up and walks away, she's gonna get a repeat recall.
That's good. So we're just gonna sit here for a minute. Good.
Beautiful eye contact.
Love
We
the
have
eye
to work for that
contact.
sometimes, but with her,
Good.
she just took your scent again.
More of that, yeah.
Yep.
Good. Another thing that we're doing from the beginning is,
There's the recall again, and remember, she's learning to stay until released. Waiting for commitment.
she's trying to go
Bam.
behind me, but I don't want that insecure, going behind you kind of thing to be correlated with what this means. Good. I'm going to keep a consistent position right here when I recall. Good. Good girl. Every time she looks at me from the beginning, good, it's a good and a pat. So she might not even know that she's looking at me more than usual. It's just that it's always rewarded. So we're programming early on. If you need anything, it's up here. It's not down. We get dogs that get locked in your ankles and they're watching your ankles and stuff, and it's very hard to communicate when they're looking at like your ankle. I'm not talking with this down here really. But what those dogs are doing, good, is they're just looking for movement. Right? Good. So if I start doing this, we start seeing the dog start to react. Good. This is where we start shaping that stay. Good. That's good. Yeah, you ever notice when you recall your dog to you, and then say they do come to you, the miracle that they do, and then you say, good job, and then they're gone again.
They're gone again. Yeah.
And they're like, no,
No, come back.
And then they're like, I'm here. But then they
Or-
start to stay.
They get to you and you grab them.
Or you grab them.
That's not good.
That's where they learn to come to about there.
Yes,
So they're
just
like,
out
"I'll
of
come to you,
reach.
but I'm not coming where you can grab me.
That's what Lele did to the owner.
And we live like this, and then what happens is that's the association of the words.
Yes.
It's like this means this game. Here's all the stipulations.
Yeah.
I come to here, you try to grab me, here we go. Good. And life's boring as it is, so this is pretty awesome. And in the end, you're gonna get me in with something I want, like a treat anyway. So let's do it. Good. You see the mind?
Calm.
From the beginning, this is how we're layering, this is what these commands mean. They mean these physical actions paired with this state of mind, which is calm. Good. Very important. Good. Stay.
Wow.
Good. Break.
Good girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second, just see her reaction, initial reaction.
She barked at
That was me.
the dog she saw at drop off.
Good. So a lot of this is her seeing, so when you find out how to talk to them about hierarchy, and you're letting them know, I want to lead, I want to be a pack, but I want to lead, you're going to see a lot of this. Resources are going to come up, things I want and need. This could be dogs, This could be
People,
food, this could be,
yeah.
it's basically the stuff you struggle with, right? And instead of reacting, they stop and they say, what should we do? And in that moment they do that, you say, good, that's it. Just not doing anything and looking at me is the core skill I need right now. Good. Because then I can give you, because then we can talk. Then I can tell you to stay or go away, right?
His
Bad
breath smells like fish.
Alright, good. This little thing she does, this
Circling,
little, that's a red flag, but I mean, I'm going to address that eventually. See how it's going.
Dominant male. Will she submit to him?
Oh, look how he got right in there.
Get right in
she
there.
She gave it to him when she wasn't giving it. No, she played a little bit of it. Oh, she likes him. You see that? She cuts it off though. She says, I want to interact with you, but I want it playful. She's denying this part. Watch that. So that's, you know.
Dog talk. Hierarchy talk.
Here's a recall.
There's a recall, and she might not want to around another dog.
Good.
There we go. Good job. And
the
circle around.
We just don't allow that around. We just keep it going.
Mark
Good.
what you
See
like.
that
Correct what you don't like.
Look.
Wait for commitment. Bam. Good. That's what gets rewarded.
Good. That's nice. That was really good. Took the correction well. You know, made the mistake perfectly. We need them to make mistakes so we can teach them what happens when you make a mistake. Here's a correction. Here's how you deal with a correction. This is really the stuff that they need to learn. Good. They pick up on what the command means very fast. The rest is like, here's what happens if you don't listen. Here's what, you know, and generalizing the fact that this core relationship that we have where I'm leading and I'll direct, and direct means I will correct and reward. That then needs to be generalized, and that takes time. That's why we have weeks of a process. Good. If I was just teaching her the meaning of the recall, I already did that. She knows what it means.
Now she just needs to learn to listen when she doesn't want to.
If she had to guess, she'd get it right. So she pretty much knows it, right? Even though we just started. Right, now we have the process of saying this is how you use it, this is in all these different situations, right? And the whole time we're teaching more about the command, we're really just talking about hierarchy and attitude, about your position in the pack. Okay? Good. Good. Look at that state of mind. Alright? And then she's gonna go again. I gave her that. So we'll let her go away again. She gets corrected, then recall, because that's the wrong response. If we give a dog a command, the rule for us to follow is they continue doing it unless told otherwise. So unless I release her or give her another command, if she just gets up, I'm going to correct her and direct her back. Good. I really like the calmness of the brain here, which isn't what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting her to pick up on that so nicely, so that's a really good quality. Like you said, she was a little bit more crazy at drop-off. Here's something right here.
Another recall. Good. Wait for commitment.
So now if you look, I'm using already what I taught her
Good job.
to talk about the world. You know, I seen a dog posture. That was reactivity. It was just much more mild than what she normally does. She normally lunge and bark, right? This was still a reaction, still one of dominance. I corrected, recalled, said, hey. And now I'll take this opportunity, stay, and I'll go check it out. See? All right?
Nice.
Just stay. You see? Good. See, the brain's so reactive that just me moving my legs, it started triggering to get up and moving. Even though I'm wiggling back and forth, it took her a minute to realize I was wiggling because the brain's just so reactive. She sees something, boom, shot into reactivity. Now my legs are moving, she's like, follow. So I like that you're following me, but I need you to follow my direction, not my body, right? So if I say stay, that's what it means. And she obviously hasn't had training before, so this is pretty new to her. Good girl. But they said they did do some basic work with her.
Sit for a treat.
Right, but just still the concept of butt on the ground, don't move. Good. Just stay.
Beautiful.
See? Good. So don't be surprised if you just wiggle your body like this and everything falls apart. Because your dog's reactive, they're just going by movements and sounds instead of listening to the leader. That's good. That's good.
Right.
Good girl.